Hello guys, and welcome to the FreeCAD tutorial number 1. We're going to kind of start out on just what FreeCAD is about, what it is, and then probably um, move into download, installation, and then we'll get on to the nitty-gritties like part design, and at the very end we're going to do Python consoles and stuff, at the end of the series, that is. So this is part 1 of that series. So without further ado, let's move forward. I'm at freecadweb.org. If you need like help or anything and you're confused on FreeCAD, there's the Get Help. Usually the community is really nice about things, so it's very nice. It's just a forum. And then there's Help FreeCAD, I believe, if you want to donate and move forward. It's a very nice program, and it does a lot of things for people who just want to get their feet wet with CAD. If you're a company, starting up company, and you want to just have something cheap and you don't want to buy $3,000 licenses or something of the sort. It's a fairly versatile program. You can do many things with it. Let's go to screenshots here. You can see, it's probably the precursor to a manual transmission. I don't see a cylindrical cam there or anything. Car rim, housing. So it does architecture as well as just like mechanical, and I think in the new FEM it's going to be, there's some electrostatic stuff that's being added in 0.17. This video is going to be all about 0.16. It's going to move into that realm. But without further ado, let's look at the downloads. So it's available for Windows 32 and 64-bit, Macintosh 64-bit, and then for Linux 32 and 64. So I don't usually go through this page. There's a couple of easier ways to do it on a Debian distribution with Linux. So for one way of doing it, if you want to download FreeCAD, and we will be working in the stable version currently. I'll make a separate set of videos for the unstable version of 0.17, and then when 0.17 stable comes out, I'll make an entire video series about that. Okay. And also, this video is going to be fairly slow. It's going to be for very introductory people, and for the advanced, CAD specialist here, you may want to skip to later videos and stuff. So go to more info, and then it's just a basic install. Now, when it install on a Debian distribution, it'll ask for your password. The reason is because it's all about user rights on that kind of stuff, which is really nice. But how I like to do it is I open up a terminal, and I do sudo apt get install FreeCAD. Put in your password. Alright, so the install is done. Once the install is done, if you're on Linux, you're probably going to find it under Applications, Graphics, FreeCAD. Now, I have FreeCAD Daily here. What that is it's the latest FreeCAD that's in development. That's actually 0.17. We're going to do FreeCAD, which is 0.16. I'll tell you what exact one I have here in a second. So that's how you download it on a Linux terminal, or Bash is what it's more formally called. FreeCAD works on fairly slow computers. I've seen it work on Raspberry Pis and stuff. If you're gonna go crazy and have like 70,000 objects set up, definitely want more of a like an i7 or a quad-core processor. You want some bigger beef to your computer. So this is FreeCAD 0.16. Now we are on 0.16.6712, and this is just the start workbench. In FreeCAD there are workbenches that you have different tools in and that you do different things in. For instance, extra ones that I have set up is gear, so it automatically makes gears for me as objects, and it's fairly handy. But what we'll mainly be working on in the very first few videos is part and part design, and that features just making individual parts. I also provide, once I go over the tutorials, I'll provide a separate series of just random examples doing random things, like manifolds, or maybe like a small piston engine, or some, a connecting rod, different things to, showcase the different tools in here. There's also things like FEM, which is like a structural analysis, image 2, that's an extra one. Image is one that's already in the distribution. But very, very many things here. It's very, very nice. So without further ado, let's move forward. So file. Now we can start a new, open, close. So FreeCAD uses an FCSTD format. FreeCAD standard, I believe, is what that stands for. But yeah, this is very nice. Edit. Go to preferences. So yeah, these are the general preferences right here. Here in general, you'll see change language. So if for some reason you are from the Netherlands or you speak French, you can change that if you like, if that's your preferred language. So enable tiled background, style sheet, light blue, dark blue. It's just kind of whatever you want to do. So this is the auto load mode after startup. I usually start in start because it's good for the videos and whatnot. Go to document. So document save compression level. The thing about FreeCAD is that the reason why it seems to be complicated and less user friendly to people is that it has a lot more options and things that it can do, or at least ones that are more obvious, and so that really intimidates people, I believe. Different editors, output link, so like actually the font color of the output link and stuff, macros. Now the big one is it's going to end up being units. So here we're going to be in US customary inch pounds, standard millimeter, kilogram, degree. So I think I'm going to put it in millimeter, kilogram, degree because that's what engineers like to work in. Number of decimals, so I can change that around. Maybe we'll change that to 4. Display, so we can change the colors ground. I like how it's currently set up. I think that's generally how I like to have it worked with, so we're going to keep it there. Now we're going to open a new file. So whenever you open FreeCAD, especially in the older versions, this is very confusing, but open up a new document right here. See here you can open a document, import files, save the active document, that sort of thing. Here we have fit the whole content of the screen. So if you have a fairly large part or even a fairly large house, you can go ahead and do that. This is generally changing just the perspective and where you're at on it. You can actually see the XYZ coordinate system right here. I think they need to make it a little bit bigger, but it's alright. And you can kind of see that moving and rotating around as I do this. Okay, so after we've done edit, we've gone through preferences, box selection and stuff, we go to view. So to be able to show this, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. I'm going to create like a quick cube there. And then we're going to go back to start. Where did I put it? Right there. Alright. So to be able to show you guys some of the things that it's doing in view, I'm going to need to put a cube up so that way you guys can see like a perspective view. Instance. I tend to keep it in orthographic. It's very, very nice. I guess maybe for some particular reason you want to do that. If you want to create a new view of your own kind, you can do that there. Standard views, that's basically these buttons right here. That's all they are. And here it is again. You can kind of see me modifying that. If I zoom in real close, okay, don't really know what's going on, boom, right there. You can change it to being shaded here, wireframe, points. That, you can see the points here. But I like to keep it as is because it's a fairly nice GUI. So freeze display, draw style, which was this. That was the draw style. Now we go to stereo. Very, very strange. I don't like doing this. It may have a particular purpose for somebody, but definitely not for a lot of like CAD selection and CAD things that you're gonna probably end up doing. So keep that off. Zoom. So control plus plus, control plus minus. If you don't have a mouse, please get a mouse. That's very, very hard to use a CAD program without a mouse, especially this one. Well, I'll get into navigation styles in a little while, but here's the control keys. Control plus plus, control plus minus for zooming in and out. You can undock and dock windows. Here's the visibility. The workbenches. These are all my individual workbenches. I got a lot of my own setup in here, like frames and beams and robot creator and stuff that um, fit to my needs in a very separate way. Now these are the panels. So report view, tree view, property view selection, Python console. Python console is this right here. This is where you can interact directly with the program itself in FreeCAD to create things. I'll get into that at a later date. Measure distance, units calculator. Tools, skip that last part. Alright, tools you probably won't end up using a whole lot. I definitely just take a look through it and whatnot. Macros, a lot of people tend to use macros. I don't use a whole lot of macros, but you can create your own macros, and at a click of a button you can make a certain part. Once I get to that part, I'll show you guys this workbench fastener. But basically fastener, what it is it's all, if it wasn't there, you'd have a hard time doing a lot of things like creating bolts, nuts, all thread, things like that. It'd take a lot of time, but that's basically like a collection of macros to automatically create those, which is very, very nice. And then windows, cascade, tile, arrange icons, but I prefer just the one that I prefer this right here. This is very nice. I like how it works. And then there's some just general help. So that's just how to get started with FreeCAD. That's how to get it started up, install on Linux, and just kind of the basic idea of what it is. It is under the LGPL. You can read about that separately. There's a lot of good things on it, but it's very, very similar to the GPL, but with some extra permissives. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See you next time.